Hello all, welcome to the Mastering Up YouTube channel. This is the course of Foundations in Plant Physiology and Anatomy. Here we are going to discuss our first basic lecture, that is historical significance of plant physiology. Already we have discussed about the introduction part, what all we will be discussing. In that we have already told, first we will be studying about the historical significances of plant physiology. Here, historical significance of plant physiology. We have to understand the past so that we will be able to know how this future is being shaped or has been shaped. Uh, so the introduction about plant physiology, I have told in the earlier class what is plant physiology. Basically, plant physiology is the study of the plant functions and processes, and anatomy, it is the structure, internal and external structure of the plant. Importance. Why plant physiology is important? Because it is the basis for agriculture, ecology and environmental sciences. Why? It will be we will know by the end of this section. So the historical roots, ancient agriculture practices to modern scientific breakthroughs. So earlier, just imagine, earlier people used to just cultivate the crops, okay? So now from that, it is being changed. It is being changed to modern scientific things. So earlier people just sow the seed, they grow the plant and they harvest and eat it. They don't have any other knowledge for how things are being made by the plants. But now there is vast knowledge about the whole physiological process happening in the plant, how things are being done, how we can use our knowledge to increase the or enhance the production and all. So there is a complete roots for how these modern breakthroughs have been done. Advancement in agriculture. Basic what happened. So earlier civilization optimized crop growth through trial and error method. So earlier people used to practice a trial and error method. You know what is trial and error method? It is basically, it is a continuous, very time consuming and continuous process. Okay, so first they will do a process and they will get a error, so they again change that error and do again. They just keep on increasing, they keep on changing keep on correcting those errors and continue the process. So they first try, there will be error, correct that error, again try, there will be another error. So after very long time they will be able to get a get a complete process knowledge for the work they are doing. So this trial and error method was a very long process, but there was no other option for them, because they had very earlier civilization, they had very little knowledge about those things, like physiological functions and anatomy of the plant. So they were just can do what they have been seen by the eyes. You just look at the plant around you, can you able to tell what is happening inside those green leaves and all? No, nah. So we cannot just by looking at them, we cannot tell what is happening. We have to know its structure, what is the internal structure, what are the processes happening, or then only we will be able to know what are the processing happening inside those green leaves. So we have to thank those people, those who tried this trial and error method, and from that we have came to this. See, from the earlier civilization, the trial and error method, the continuous, the long process, we have now reached a revolution, that is green revolution. Here the development of high yielding crops, better irrigation and fertilizers, global food security impact, everything happened. So we were able to get a high level, high impact in the food revolution, food hunger. We have able to we were able to provide food for those hungry peoples by this green revolution. It had a great impact. We will be discussing about green revolution in coming slide. So foundations of biological understanding. Earlier I told, now people just used to cultivate, just sow the seed, grow the plant, harvest it and eat it. There was no scientific knowledge, there was no biological understanding of what all are the things that are present and how these plants make the food that we are consuming. So the ancient civilizations like Greeks and Romans, including the thinkers like Aristotle and Theophrastus, made early attempts to understand the plant function, laying the groundwork of the plant science. So by these Greeks and Roman thinkers only, they thought about what will be happening inside the plant, inside those green leaves, that is giving us this much energy by eating them, by when we eat them. So how these things are happening in the plant. So they started thinking about that, and that thinkers their attempts to understand the plant functions that underlay the groundwork for plant science. Now scientific revolution happened after that. After our early observations, after the observation, there was scientific revolution happened there. During the 17th and 18th centuries, discoveries in plant physiology such as sap movement, plant respiration contributed to the broader scientific knowledge and the scientific method. So there was discoveries happened there during the 17th and 18th century. Discoveries happened about, they started discovering about the sap movement that is happening in the plant, and the plant respiration, photosynthesis, and all these things happened. And after that there was what contributed to it contributed to the broader scientific knowledge and scientific methods that we can apply to improve the crop growth. Contribution to photosynthesis research. So photosynthesis, this is the basic and the very important thing in plant physiology, because it is the process in which the plant converts the light energy into chemical energy. That chemical energy is directly or indirectly being consumed by us, and that is giving us energy to do our works. So we have to know, just earlier also I told you, just look at the plant outside or inside your home. On your table you will be having some plant in your table, right? Nowadays everyone is using plants. So just look at that green leaf or the other color, just look at the leaf, just think how these things are being made inside that leaf. There is a very big mechanism that is happening inside those leaves through which they are producing the food. Okay, so scientists discovered those things. So the early contributions by scientists like Jan Ingenhousz or Joseph Priestley established the basis of the modern understanding of energy flow in the ecosystem. So we are taking food, plants are making food from sun, and we are directly or indirectly consuming that food, and then it is like a cycle. Then just think that we know that a food chain, right? So the small insects, they take food from the leaves, they eat that leaves, the birds eat that insect, and it is like a continuous circle. So this food chain is happening. So we know that it is able to, by that we were able to understand the energy flow in the ecosystem. Now the global impact. So the photosynthesis has led to a global impact happened in the global level. Photosynthesis research explained how plants maintain atmospheric oxygen and support life on Earth. So we were able to find out or explain how these plants maintain the atmospheric oxygen level. So let me tell you one more thing. During photosynthesis, okay, remember photosynthesis, plants intake carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen. So we humans or animals, during respiration, we intake oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is used by the plant, and the oxygen they provide is being used by us. So this whole thing, they have a connection. Okay, they fundamentally a connection on plant physiology to ecology and environmental science. There is a connection, you understand that. But also remember, I told you photosynthesis during the respiration, that is basically happening in the night time. In the evening time when there is no sunlight, the plants respire. They also need to convert those food into energy, right? During the daytime plants are making food, and during the night this food is being converted to the energy. So this is happened by respiration, and during respiration this oxygen, just like animals, plants take in oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. That is why most people used to tell that don't sit under the trees during night, because during night they will be giving out carbon dioxide, and that is not healthy for us, because we are respiring 24 hours, right? So we cannot just intake, or if the carbon dioxide level is more in the atmosphere, that is harmful for us also. Advancing agriculture. Next, advancing agriculture. So after the knowledge about the physiological functions happening in the plant, scientists were able to put those informations and help in advancement in the agriculture sector, because at the end of the day, what we need food for the growth, food for our health. So the improved crop yields. Mainly the crop yields were able to get improved through the advancing agriculture, to the study of the plant physiology. Okay, the knowledge of plant physiology has been applied to improve agricultural productivity, such as understanding the nutrient uptake, water use efficiency, and resistance to environmental stresses. Okay, so these things we were able to understand all these things through that knowledge of the plant physiology. We were able to understand how much nutrients should be given, how much water should be given, and how these plants, how well these plants are able to use this water we are providing, and able to provide resistance to the environmental stresses happening in the plant. We will be discussing all these things in detail in the coming classes, but for now just understand that due to the plant physiology knowledges in plant physiology, we were able to improve the crop yield and provide quality and quantity wise more to the people. Next, green revolution. Okay, already we discussed, but now also let me tell you, advances in physiology enabled to development of high yield and stress resistant crop varieties, directly contributing to the green revolution and reducing the global hunger. So we were able to reduce the global hunger. People were not able to get enough food because the studies have been happening at that time, so we were not able to provide them enough food for their growth and all. So that green revolution happened, and after the green revolution, high yielding varieties were produced, stress resistant crop varieties were produced, and that led to the increase in the crop yield, and we were able to reduce the global hunger. So that is mainly green revolution. Okay, one more important note, you can note it now. One more knowledge: the father of green revolution in the world is Norman E. Borlaug, N.E. Borlaug, and the father of green revolution in India is M.S. Swaminathan. Okay, so these two things are you can keep it in mind, because these things are, it's actually general knowledge, you have to know these things. Okay, now the ecological and environmental significance. In the last few slides, there is a connection of ecology and environment to the plant physiology, but let's look again into that. Plant adaptations. Physiological studies have revealed how plants adapt to diverse environment such as deserts, wetland, high altitudes, informing conservation and ecological restoration efforts. So just you look just you what you just examine, you just think that in different areas plants are being grown. Plants are there in high altitude mountain areas, plants are there in wetlands, plants are there in deserts, but their physiology, their anatomy is different, their structure and everything is different. Likewise, their physiological function is also different. There is diverse adaptation of plants to different environmental conditions. So that helps in understanding about how plants behave in different environmental conditions, and by understanding that, we were able to cultivate different types of crops in a same place. So we provide protected cultivation like greenhouses, polyhouses and all. In that, we are able to cultivate plants by providing them artificial conditions that are needed for their growth and development. Now the climate change. Understanding the plant responses to carbon dioxide level, temperature and drought has become a critical in addressing the climate change impact. By the past few years, you have been noticing that there is a drastic change in the climatic conditions in our world, in our earth. So that is also a result of our what childish behavior towards the earth is paying back, or something we can say like that. But it's not, it's actually the plant also, the earth is also healing, we can say earth is also trying to heal itself. So the climate change impact, we were able to understand how this plant is responding to different carbon dioxide levels, different temperature and drought that is happening, that has become a critical in addressing the climate change impact. So because of the climate change, plants are also modifying themselves to adapt to those climatic conditions. Technical and economic impacts. Okay, now up to this slide, we were discussing about how these plant physiological studies has improved in the crop yield and all, but now we have to know technically how these things is being happening. So with the help of biotechnology is basically we can we can change that plant's cell function, inner cellular or its genetic parts, and we can change and provide those plants with what actually we need. Okay, so there is a genetic information that we will be discussing in coming sessions also. I will just give you a brief discussion about that. So actually, modern applications of plant physiology such as genetic engineering and precision agriculture rely on the foundation of physiological knowledge. So these genetic engineering and precision agriculture, all these things are happening, molecular biology, tissue culturing and all. This has to be done only after studying about the physiology of the plant. So the plant physiological knowledge is the foundation for genetic engineering and precision agriculture, through which we are creating these modern day resistant varieties, disease resistant, drought resistant varieties and high yielding varieties. That is why this biotechnology, this plant physiology is important in biotechnological point of view also. Now, sustainable practices. Insights into processes like nitrogen fixation and water transfer has enabled the development of sustainable agriculture practices. What is sustainable agriculture? It is sustainability means we have to consume for our needs also, but also keep in mind about the future. We have to save something for the future also. We have to protect our environment, but also take what we need. Okay, so the insights in the process like nitrogen fixation and water transport, these all things will be able to help us to develop, help us in the development of sustainable agricultural techniques also. So interdisciplinary contributions. Plant physiology is actually alone cannot do anything. Only about the knowledge of plant physiology, we cannot do all these things, all these innovation enhancements. So this plant physiology, this discipline is also interconnected with other disciplines such as genetics and breeding, biochemistry, soil science, fostering a more holistic understanding of plant biology and its application. So these interdisciplinary connections, these interdisciplinary connections whole in the total provide what we need for this new enhancement in the agriculture, in the plant or agriculture sector. So significance to humanity. By all these slides, we were able to know these all things have a great significance for our humanity. So the plant physiology has not only deepened our understanding of life process, but also underpinned the practical advancements in food security, environmental management and sustainable development, making it a cornerstone for human progress. So basically, I think you understand. So basically, this plant physiology, knowledge in plant physiology, indirectly or directly, it has provided, it has made into like a cornerstone for the human progress. We human were able to progress. We were able to we were able to get, mainly in the beginning also. Plant itself, it is helping us in the progress of the human by providing energy for them, but also by balancing the environment. But that now, after this all enhancement, all the scientific breakthroughs and all, it is directly and indirectly helping in the human progress. So it has a great significance to our humanity also. So that's all with our topic of historical significance of plant science. Uh, it's only up to this topic. We have covered this historical significance, how this plant, how this history, plant history, about this historical studies happened on the plant physiology as help in advancement in agriculture in the present generation. So that's all for our class. Thank you.